In this block of instruction, we're going to discuss yet another type of container that Python has to offer called a tuple. A tuple is often useful when you have to, say, group like data together, like say someone's first name, last name, year they were born, and where they live. Often other languages have, and include databases, have things called records, and often tuples are used to generate records. Now, tuples themselves are immutable. That means you can't augment them. But you can replace some values. So Python has some different methods that we'll get into. But first I want to go over how we declare a dictionary, a new dictionary. So we'll call a variable, call a new dictionary equals, and we'll just call on curly braces with nothing. We'll do the type of new dictionary and hit enter. See, we have a new empty dictionary. We'll do a new list, and we'll declare an empty list with brackets. We'll do a type on new list. We see that we have an empty list, and when we declare a new tuple, just use parentheses and hit enter. You see when we do a type on our new tuple variable, we see that it is indeed a tuple. So let's discuss more with tuples. So here you see we declare a variable called t1, and we give it the value of a, which is a string, and a comma. And then we print the type, and we see that it indeed is a tuple. Moving along with functions, you see, okay, blah, blah, blah. Let's see what we got here. We got print tuple function, and we create a column, the tuple function, and we send it the string of class, and then we print our variable of t, which is our tuple of class, and you see that it's already separated into individual letters. We didn't have to split it or anything like that. Let's check this out. Bracket operator. Very similar, calls on the indice of an element, very similar to a list. So t equals our new tuple, a through e. We call on 3, and we get d, which is 0, 1, 2, 3. Operates very similar to a list. Slice operates very similar to a list as well on a tuple. T equals a through e. Print 1 through 3. So we should be getting b and c back. And we get that back in the parentheses, which shows it's a tuple. Scroll down a little bit. So it doesn't support item assignment like how lists, you could say in indice 1 now be this. This way works a little different. You could replace, but you can see that we declare our new tuple, and we say we create another tuple starting with capital A, comma, then nothing, and we say plus the slice of our original t from 1 to the end. So we add that to capital A, and then we print it. So there are ways to manipulate data within a tuple. It's just a little bit more difficult than a list, which that's why I use a tuple, because it's often data you do not want to damage or malform. So we're going to sort some words with case by case. Let's see how this operates. So we declare a variable, we send it a string, but there's a flesh wound, another tribute to Monty Python. Declare variable words. Now we split our text on a space, and we declared empty list in t. And now we say for each word in words, append the list with the length of the word and the word. Then we sort it, reverse equals true, and we print T. Now, this print statement is in the for loop, so you can see that it looks at but first, gets the length, then the word, 3 tis, a, now flesh, it moves up, and wound. So not only does it sort them by alphabetically, but by length of the characters in reverse. So we got a little tricky with that one. You'll say but and tis, capital T, then by caps. So it did lowercase, lowercase, lowercase caps, then lowercase. Pretty cool. Then we grab the list, we create a new list, and we say for length and word in T, call on the list, append word, print it. And then we have wound, flesh, but tis a. Let's move right along. Tuple assignment. So you see we declare MR variable, we give it the tuple of having fun. 2 new variables, x comma y equals m. So for each of these, it's going to get one. It's going to get the indice 0, have is going to go in x, and indice 1 in the y equals m. Print m, which is the full tuple. Print x, which is have. Print y, which is fun. And then we check the type of m, and it indeed is a tuple. Now, this next piece I use pretty often, actually. Working with a lot of data, a lot of logs, you get a lot of email addresses. So you can quickly write a function that address, give it a type, here's the name, here's the @ here's the domain. We're going to username, domain, 2 empty variables. We're going to grab the address and we're going to split it on the @ symbol. So the username's up front, domain's at the end. Then we're going to print the username, print domain. Here we have Monty, Python.org. This is extremely handy. And now we're going to work with a dictionary and a tuple. Or tuple, I should say. So here we declare our dictionary, got the curly braces, key value pairs, key of A value of 10, key of C 22, key of B 1. And now we grab our list, our new variable T, we declare a list, we call it our dictionary, we use the method of items, and then we print T, which comes out to A, C, B. Now we have that, it's a list of lists, because it's no longer a dictionary, it has the square braces. So then we could use the sort function on our list and then print T, and it sorts it by the key, and now it's alphabetized. Pretty handy. So we're taking a dictionary and creating a list of items and then printing those lists out. But keep in mind, each one of these inside, when you look at these, the value of those represents a key value pair from the dictionary. And last but not least, we have back to our dictionary. And we call on the key value variables. So for each key value pair in my dictionary, and then we call the items method, print the value and the key. So now we're going to print the value and the key. So here you have 10A, 22C, 1B. And that's it for this lesson.